Hello students, welcome to AllCBTs today, and as you know, my name is David. In today's video, I want to cover the JAMB most repeated topics. These are the top picks in the JAMB syllabus, the questions or the topics that would keep coming up in every exam, not just JAMB, including WAEC, every O-level exam. So if you know these topics and you master them well, I can beat my chest that any O-level exam you would crush, right? So come along with me, sit down, relax as we go deep into it. You know, I'm one of the best guys on YouTube that teach English, right? So you are sure to get the most value in this particular video. Now let's make it a little bit more fun. What I want you to do now is let us know your name in the comment section. You want to tell me your name, where you are watching this video from, as the state you are in, or if you're outside the country, you can also say so. Your targeted JAMB score, what are you looking forward to as a JAMB score? The school of choice that you are eyeing and the course of study that you would like to get, all right? You might actually meet some of your course mates in the comment section. So do that right away as we get into it. Also, if you have any question, no matter how dumb you think the question is, okay, please ask in the comment. Let's rub minds and share thoughts together. Remember, everything on AllCBTs is free. You can practice the questions you are going to watch now and we're going to take now on our apps. You can download our apps for free on Google Store or Apple iStore. So practice questions as much as you can. It's all for free. And stay subscribed because I'm going to be making more tutorials as these that would cover every angle of topics, including the likely questions, the likely way JAMB will set those questions. So that when I make those uploads, you'll be notified. You can come and watch as you prepare yourself maximally to crush JAMB this year. Shall we get into it? Welcome back. Now we're going to start with the popular one, or the ones that do not give you stress. Then we'll go to a little bit more difficult ones. None of them is difficult actually. You just need to understand them. So we're starting with comprehension and summary. After we go through comprehension and summary, we'll go to the subtopics under comprehension and summary, which is description, narration, exposition, argumentation, or some people call it persuasion. All these are essays, and you get shortcuts or short excerpts. Then you'll be asked to state if the question that is posed, or this cut or this excerpt, is an expository or a descriptive or a narration. So, but I'm sure that after this class, when you fully understand and grasp the difference between these, you won't make mistake picking the wrong answer anymore. Okay? So after that, we are going to see lexis and structure. Once we're done with comprehension, we go straight into lexis and structure. Under lexis and structure, we're going to see synonyms. I'm going to explain it to you like never before, like you're a baby. So we're going to see synonyms, we're going to see antonyms, we are also going to see clause and sentence patterns. You're going to see different type of clauses. Then when we're done with lexis and structure, we'll go to the next one. And what's the next one? You have oral forms. So I want to take you on vowels, monotongues, diphthongs, triphthongs, right? Then I'm going to take you on consonants, cluster consonants as well. And then rhymes, homophones. You need to know homophones. And I'll put you through it. Then word stress. I'll teach you the monosyllabic words, and then polysyllabic words, and then emphatic stress. So we're going to touch all of this in this particular video. Now, if you are watching this video and you are watching it for free, okay, where many tutorials will charge you for, and you don't subscribe, or you don't even interact with us, you don't even like the video, you are not doing well. So even if it's a like or an expression, okay, please let us know your thoughts. Let's get into it. So we start with the first now. What is comprehension, and why do JAMB set comprehension questions? So comprehension is just to test your ability, to see how well you understand passages. We given bala blue, bala blue, bala blue. Many times, very short essay, 3 lines, 5 lines. And the goal of JAMB, or the goal of the examiner, maybe not JAMB alone, because this would work for WAEC, JPEB, just about any exam. The goal of the comprehension passage is to test your ability. How well do you understand passages? Okay? And then you would also get questions on summary. Comprehension and summary is not the same. Summary is putting everything in a particular cut or excerpt into a concise or a brief, statement or sentence. So summary tests how well you can extract key points from a passage and sum it up. Okay, that's where you get summary from. Sum, just sum everything up. That's what summary is. Now, let's now go into the different subtopics under comprehension and summary. You will have some description writing. All right. So description writing focus on how something looks. For example, if I say describe this bucket, or describe this cup, or describe this particular cloth. All right. Now, what are you going to do for me when I ask you that question? Okay, let's say we're having an interaction, and you are trying to tell me about a particular man or a woman, and I say describe him. So what am I asking you to do? I'm asking you to paint me a picture, a sensory picture. Give me a picture in my mind. Play me a picture in my mind. Put me on a journey. Okay, that's what I'm asking you to do. Put me on a journey. So, and then you begin to tell me, okay, the man is 5 feet 7 inches tall. He wears eyeglasses. He has an apple-shaped face. What are you doing? As you are talking, I'm beginning to see the vision, the painting or the drawing of this man in question. Then you tell me he's a little bit fat or plumpy or chubby. Okay, he walks in a certain manner. You see, all those little details you are giving me is description. All right. So descriptive passages focus on how something looks. Descriptive passages focuses on your senses. So, and you have 5 senses, right? As you've been taught in biology, you have your feel, your sound, your smell, your sight, your hearing. So we use imagery and adjective oftentimes in description to pass our message across. So any writing that you see that when you are reading it, or when the person is communicating to you, you are seeing a kind of a picture. That is a descriptive essay. Do you understand that now? Good. All right, let's move on. Now I have some examples for you. Example 1. The old house stood abandoned. Now, as I said, that first line, the old house stood abandoned. You could picture a house, either a hut, a broken down, a dilapidated building. You could picture it. You could picture the house somewhere in a lonely part, probably. Okay. Then I said it's cracked walls covered in moss. So you could also picture that it has patched walls. Okay. And you could picture moss. You could picture like kind of like greenery, amoeba, water soaked into the building. Right. So this is descriptive because when I said it to you, you had a picture, okay, in your mind somewhere. Then look at another one. The market was noisy, filled with shouting traders and blaring horns. As I read that, you saw yourself, or you had a picture of a market where there were traders making noise. Or I could do you better, I could say the market was noisy, filled with shouting children. Or filled with playing children. What has happened in your mind right now? You can see some children in your mind high. In your mind high, you see a group of children playing, thereby disturbing the peace of the market. So I'm blaring horns from vehicles and automobiles, right? Good. And then 3, the room smelled of fresh paint and polished wood. You've definitely been to new houses or new paintings, new painted apartments, and as soon as you step in, you are welcomed by the smell of the paints, the smell of the furnishings. Alright, so as I read this now, you probably had a throwback to one of such experiences. So these are all examples of descriptive writings. Let's move on. Now we move on to narration or narrative writing. Narration is simply storytelling. So in narrative passage or narrative writing, we want to tell a story, or I'm telling you a story. I'm narrating something. Narrating means I'm telling you something that happened. Simple as that. So narrative passage tells a story or sequence of an event. So it is always about character, action, including the timeline by which certain events occurred. That's narration. Just relating something that had happened before. Narrative essay. That's it. So most of the news that you watch are narration. They're narration because they're just telling you something that happened. Are you with me now? Okay. Example. Yesterday, I missed the bus and arrived late at school. I'm telling you something that happened. I'm narrating an ugly experience I had yesterday. Is that cool? Good. After the rain stopped, the villagers returned to their homes. Okay, so I'm telling you an experience that happened to the villagers due to the rain, right? That's simple to understand. I'm narrating an occurrence, a situation that happened. Good. Let's see more example. She remembered how she struggled before finally succeeding. The accident occurred as the traffic light turned green. So all these are kinds of narrative essays. Now I have the second task for you. In the comment section, give me just one quality example of narration writing. Right, don't need to check Google or ChatGPT or anywhere else. Just give me, and nobody knows you, so if you get it wrong, who cares? Just give it to me in the comment section. I want to see it and I will personally comment under your example. Right, shall we move on? Next now, exposition. So we've talked about description, okay, which is what? Working with the senses, painting a picture, creating an image, right? Or a touch, or a feel, or a sound in the mind, okay? Then we talked about narration, which is retelling, which is recasting, okay? Now we go to exposition. Exposition is gotten from the word expose. That's it. Exposition. From the word what? Expose. So expose means what? To make known, to bring to light, to reveal something that was hidden. So that's what exposition means. Simple as that. So you have expository passage seeks to explain, inform, or clarify ideas. Simple. So this is the difference. Expository essay. You want to expose something that happened. Look at an example. I said, define photosynthesis or explain to me the process by which plants make their food. Then you begin to explain the process of photosynthesis. Oh, the sun is the sun helping the chlorophyll on the leaves, or working with the chlorophyll on the green leaf to help the plant to produce their food. You begin to tell me. Are you getting that now? Or if I ask you another question, I say, what is democracy? And why are we having this hagahhood, the democracy in Nigeria? You begin to tell me, oh, actually, democracy is a government of people, by the people, for the people. But in Nigeria, we're having this kind of democracy because of this factor and this factor. You take me in there, you open it up to me, you bring to light things that are hidden to me. That is what expository essay or expository writing. Okay, now recycling. Many people don't know the word recycling. But when I ask you, what is recycling? And you begin to tell me, you begin to express it to me, you begin to define it. Yeah, right. Anything that you are defining, that you are explaining, is expository. Are you getting it now? Good. Let us move on. Now we move to the fourth one now.
Get the cheapest science materials from allschoollabs.com.
What is argumentative or argumentation? It's gotten from the word to argue. Argue means I'm standing, I'm opposing someone, and we are going back and forth on a particular fact to be able to come to a logical conclusion based on reasoning, based on facts. That's what argument is. You have your logic, I have my logic, then we bring it side by side. Who has the right logic? Or who is correct? Who has the better facts? And then we begin to check, and then we come to say, okay, hands down, I give it to you. You have the facts there. Are you getting it now? So, for example, look at what I wrote here. The goal of argumentative essays or passages is to convince or persuade the reader using reason, opinion, and evidence. That's why debates in schools are always called argumentative essays. It's always argumentative. When we have to debate, and let's say the kind of debates we have in most schools, teachers are better than farmers, and then 2 boys, 2 girls, they sit on the table, and then this one begin to say, well, without food, without the farmers, you'll be dead. And the girl said, get away from there. Without the doctor, you think you'll be sitting down or you'll be able to go to the farm without good pills for you to reawaken the dead cells or to build up your body after it breaks down. You think you'll be able to make food. See, then they begin to what? They begin to go back and forth until the one who is able to make the best logical reason wins. Now, the one who doesn't make the best logical reason may have the better point, but if he's not able to argue his point out or to give us good opinions with evidence, he doesn't need to have physical evidence. He could have facts. He could state facts. He could give us throwbacks of occurrences. Then we say, oh, you know what you're saying. You are the winner here. Are you getting it now? That is it. Now, if you are enjoying this video, I want you to quickly type in the comment section. This is the third task. Say, I am enjoying it. Right on. You just type it briefly now. Say, I'm enjoying the video. Right on, sir. Right. So let's see. School uniforms promote discipline among students. That's an argumentative essay. Because some tertiary institutions, their administrations are even insisting that the students should be wearing school uniform. Imagine you are going to Unilab and the VC or the governing board says Unilab students now will be wearing school uniform. Then some lecturers will support, some lecturers will oppose. Some students might be okay with it, some students will oppose. Then they sit at the table, the boardroom, okay, something like this. They begin to discuss it. Why will we wear school uniform? We are no longer kids now. And another person says, well, we will look smart, we will look corporate, and we will look like a team wearing school uniform. And both of them are right. So that's what? Argumentative. You are trying to persuade. Persuasion is going on. Who would win this persuasion? So that is what argumentative essay means. Another one is social media does more harm than good. So that's also an argument. You can argue and say, no, with this point of mine, social media does better than harm. So these are all argumentative writings. Now, without further ado, let's move on to the next big thing, lexis and structure. Now, if you've been enjoying this video up until this time, I want to ask you to smash the subscribe button. It's good for you because when we release updates to these questions, you'll be notified by YouTube. You can come back and watch to your field. Remember, everything on AllCBTs is free. And very soon we are going to be starting live classes. So the better you subscribe, you'll be notified so you can join those live classes. You see so many of our teachers in the channel. We have maths, physics, chemistry, biology, government, accounts. We are loaded and everything is free for you. So why are you going to throw it away if it's free? Right? Subscribe and stay notified so that once we go live with these teachers, you can come to watch. Yeah? Let's finish this. Now we have lexis and structure. And the first thing we'll be talking about under that is synonyms. Now, one of the things I love about the terminologies we have been looking at, if you are an observant person, you will see that from the terminology, you can have an idea of the answer. That's why I love English language so much. The subject I love so much, I love CRS or CRK if you like. I love English. I love maths, but not that much. Okay? I love this one. I love biology. I love Agri. I love a lot of subjects. Yes, I love English because you should not feel English. You should not feel English because it gives you a little bit clue, unlike mathematics problems. Okay, so now look at this. Synonyms. Synonyms just means similar. Does that make sense? I think it does. Synonyms. Synonyms means words with similar or words that are near in meaning or near in understanding. Are you getting it now? Now, let's look at some of those words. You have happy, glad. Someone who is happy is glad. Or I can say happy, joyful. They don't carry the same width, and you cannot use the both of them in the same expression and be right. But on a surface level, you can replace glad with happy. On a surface level, you can replace happy with joyful, and you'll be correct. Right? Now you have quick and fast. Nearer in meaning as opposed to quick and smooth. It's a little bit farther. So quick and fast, they are close. They are nearer in meaning as opposed to, or in contrast to quick and fast. And what's the other one I said now? And smart. Okay? Big and large, related words. They can be substituted for each other. They are substituting words. End and finish. Okay? So they are substituting words. So any word that you can substitute perfectly or substitute without much problem with each other or one another, or each other is the right one. Those words are called synonyms. Don't forget it. Synonyms. Good. Now, let's move on. Okay. The next one now is antonyms. Antonyms. Now, I had synonyms. Syn means what? Similar. Similar. Now I have antonyms. Syn, similar. Antonyms will be what? Opposite. So synonyms are similar words. Antonyms are opposite words. Okay, example, hot, cold. The opposite of hot is cold. Then, brave, cowardly. Someone who is brave, confident. The opposite of that is what? Timid or coward person. Then you have early, late. Curse. The opposite words. Accept, reject, increase, decrease. Tax 5 now. This is fifth tax. Give me one example each of synonyms and antonyms. Give me one each of synonyms and antonyms. You can comment as many times in the comment section, so don't worry. Give me one each, right? Good. Now let's move on. Now we go to clause and sentence pattern. Now what's a clause? A clause has a subject and a verb. That's what a clause is. A clause is a statement that has a subject and a verb. For example, Ade is a girl. Ade is a girl. There's a subject, Ade, and there's a verb. Are you getting it now? So a clause has a subject and a verb. Certain patterns include simple clause, compound clause, complex clause, and compound complex clause. So simple clause has just one subject and one verb. For example, now look at this. Look at the example I put here for you. She runs. She She runs. She is what? I'm the she. Nah, I'm not a girl, I'm just saying. The person, the human, is the she. Okay, so the she is the subject. Run is an action word. Verb is an action word. Remember the definition of simple clause. Simple clause has what? One subject, one verb. Now, this is the subject here. One subject, this is the verb. And the verb is what? Run is the action word. Are you getting that? Now, compound. Look at that. Look at that. Compound. I came and I saw. Or we could say, I came, I saw. We could say, I came, I saw, and I conquered. Alright, so now look at that. I came, I saw, I conquered. Good. So now you have I came can stand on its own. I saw can stand on its own. I conquered can stand on its own. This is what a compound sentence is. A compound sentence is when you can put together two or more simple sentences. Are you getting it now? When two simple sentences or three in some cases can be joined together by a conjunction. What's the conjunction here? And. Conjunction just means, conjure means to join. So these two simple sentences has been conjured by and. This is the joining word, is the connecting word. So in this place now we have the example I made here for you. I said, I came and I saw. I came and I saw. So if we go with that example, because it's easier to understand than this one. I came and I saw. So you have your and here, right? You can take this off. Right. So this is your conjoining word. Conjunction. Then these are two simple, one simple. This is a simple clause. Simple clause. This is another simple clause. So this is a simple clause. This is a simple clause. Joined by what? And. So that's what a compound clause simply means. Joining two simple clauses by conjunction. Simple. Are you getting it now? Now we go to the third one, the complex clause. Now the complex clause simply combines or joins together one simple clause or one independent clause with a dependent clause. I think that's a better way to put it. Compound clause or complex clause rather brings together an independent clause and a dependent clause. For example, let's see, okay, look at 3 now. We left can stand on its own. We left. We left can stand on its own. It's an independent clause. It's a simple clause. But then, when he arrived, doesn't make sense standing on its own. It's a dependent clause. It cannot stand on its own. It needs we left to make sense. Are you getting it now? So this is a complex clause. Complex clause, there must be at least one dependent clause and one independent clause. Does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense, please ask in the comment section. I'm happy to delve deeper into it. So when he arrived, must rely on we left, which is an independent clause. Independent clause simply means it doesn't need any other attachment from anywhere, any conjunction to make sense. But when we arrive, it doesn't make grammatical sense unless we had we left. Moving forward, let's go on to the next one, compound complex clause or sentences. So some compound complex sentences simply bring together a dependent clause with at least two independent clauses. Right. I don't have any of the examples here that match with that. I think I made a mistake. Right. But let me give you an example. Let me say, because it rained or let me say because it stopped. Okay, because it stopped raining. Because it stopped raining. Okay, we went for a walk.
Run quick tests and analysis. Visit analysis.africa.
We went for a walk. Okay, we bought. Okay, or let's say we went for a movie. Went for a movie. We bought. What do we eat when we are watching or seeing a movie? We bought popcorns. We bought popcorns. Right. So, I have a question for you. Which of these three is an independent clause? And which is dependent? Which cannot stand on its own? See, because it's stopped raining. Because it stopped raining. We went for a walk. We bought popcorns. Yes. So we bought popcorns. It's independent. Independent means it doesn't need any other thing, any addition to make sense. We bought popcorns. Nice, smooth. So this is what? Independent. Right? This is independent. We went for a walk. Independent. But this one, because it stopped raining, something is missing. If someone tells you because it's stopped raining, you're looking to him like, so give me more, right? So this is what? Dependent. So everything now put together is what makes up the what? Compound complex sentences or clauses. So that is what? Because it stopped raining, we went for a walk and we bought popcorns. I can put hand, yeah? I can put hand there, conjunction of hand. So because it stopped raining, we went for a walk and we bought popcorns. So this is a very good example of compound complex sentence. It has dependent clause and two independent clauses. Our last slide. Oh, okay. So for the next class, we won't be able to cover the third section I wanted to cover, which is orals, right? Because I need to do good justice to that. But then I'll be taking you on vowels, consonants, rhymes.
Hi, I'm sure you enjoyed the content you just watched. To see more episodes as that, preparing you for your upcoming exams, smash the subscribe button on this channel right now and visit the playlist that we've made for you, covering over 50 types of different exams.